Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're talking about why people are avoiding moving or living in Boise, Idaho. Stay tuned, you're gonna learn a lot about what's pushing people away from Boise, Idaho. All right guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I am Nasim Issa, your host of this amazing YouTube channel, Living in Boise, Idaho with Nas. If you're new here, make sure you guys press the subscribe button, leave a like and comment where you're watching from. And don't forget to press the bell so you can get notified when we drop more amazing videos just like this. So today we're gonna be solely focused on why people are avoiding Boise, Idaho. Now, for those of you that probably are moving this way or watching this video, you're probably wondering, oh, I've only heard good things about Boise. But most people are also not talking about some of the downfalls of Boise. So we're gonna talk about that, but we're also gonna talk about some other things later on in the video you don't wanna miss. So let's start it off with where Boise is located. So if you don't know where Boise is located, it is in southwest Idaho. It is the capital city of Idaho, to add to that, and it is also located within the more commonly known Treasure Valley. So that is just an area that got named for a lot of its natural beauty, natural resources, and things of that nature, which invited a lot of people that were exploring the United States of America back in the day. Now let's dive into the challenges of living in Boise, Idaho. First, we're gonna kick it off with the increasing cost of living. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar, Idaho is one of the cheapest states to live in across the United States. However, Boise is one of the more expensive states to live in, not the most expensive or anywhere near the top 10 as far as cost of living, but it is getting more and more expensive as more and more people are becoming to fluctuate and relocate towards Boise, as people are starting to flock and relocate towards Boise because of all that it has to offer. Now, I know that sounds like a bad thing, but like I said, it does have a lot to offer, which is attracting so many more people at such a huge rapid pace. It's almost unable to keep up with how many people are relocating this way. So with that is coming traffic congestion, increased cost of living. As I said, house prices are going up. And speaking of houses, real quick, I do want to mention that I am a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Idaho. And as much as I love making these videos for you guys, I would also absolutely love to help you with your home buying needs. So what you'll see is my cell phone popping up as well as my email. If you'd like to schedule a more intimate meeting to where we can really dive into what you're looking for, make sure you guys check out my description. You're going to see my calendar link below, so you can schedule a 30-minute meeting with me personally so that we could really come up with a game plan and help you find the home that you're looking for. So with that being said, going back into the content, we are seeing that house prices are going up. Not too long ago, we were seeing house prices in the mid to low 500,000s. Actually, about a year ago, it was at 535,000. And now we're seeing that it's starting to climb into the 600s, even high fives. So there's a medium price change and it's starting to get more and more expensive. And that's just due to supply and demand. So as I said, with as many people relocating this way, with as many things that is coming up as far as entertainment and amenities and outdoor recreation and all the amazing things that they're bringing, more and more people want to be a part of that. However, for those people that have already lived here and enjoyed all that stuff, they're starting to get into this space where it's like, hey, I love Boise, but I don't want to be in the midst of all this traffic congestion and all that good stuff. So they're starting to relocate away from Boise towards cities like Meridian or Star or Eagle, or just areas where they feel like there's less population, which I personally believe it will start to grow towards anyways. So that's one of the negatives. Now, although I mentioned that there is a bunch of people coming here and there's a bunch of amenities that are attracting it, it's also causing those amenities to become overcrowded. Now, we're not necessarily at that point yet, right? You can still go out and you can still get lunch and dinner and things of that nature, and typically not have a wait unless it's the weekend, right? So for the weekends, if you have dates or things of that nature, you might want to plan ahead, schedule reservations and things of that nature, but it didn't always used to be that way. So that is something else that is kind of turning people off. However, you still do have access to these amazing amenities, whether it's going downtown, enjoying the club life or the bar scene, or going to some of the wineries, or just going for a hike or going snowboarding in Bogus Basin. There's just so much that it still has to offer. It's just starting to become noticeable as far as how many more and more people are also participating within the amenities itself. Now, although this is a video about why people are moving away, I still want to make sure that I get across a point that it is still a great place to live, because a lot of people kind of take the bad and they overlook the good. But here's the thing, the good still outweighs the bad overall. These are just little things, minuscule things in my opinion, that are turning off people that are more nitpicky. Maybe your local Karens and things of that nature, or your local Kyles, as you may know. And if you don't know what that is, Kyle is someone that drinks Monsters, punches holes in the walls, and screams at their TV because they get upset. And a Karen is one of those people that just decide that they need to call the HOA for every little thing. For example, leaving a trash can out an hour past the trash guy coming by or something of that nature, right? So that's what a Karen and a Kyle is if you're unfamiliar. But if you are familiar with those terms, then you know it's just sarcasm. But anyways, getting back to the content, some of the good things that it still is offering with all the growth that is coming to Boise is going to be economic growth. Now, economically, we are growing, jobs are popping up left and right, especially within the healthcare industry, within the technology industry, and also even the retail industry and manufacturing industries. So there's just so much outside of that as well, but we're going to talk about those because those are just more of the main careers that are available for you. So for example, in the technology scope, you have Micron, which is one of the leaders as far as technology goes here, that is continuing to expand, and they're actually opening up another expansion site to where it's going to require 15,000 more people to move this way and work out of there, which is also going to cause more demand for housing and things of that nature. Now, on top of that, you also have in Nampa, which isn't too far from Boise, you have technology warehouses being built for Meta, and you have all these different businesses that are starting to find areas in Boise and the surrounding areas that they really, really love. However, those areas that are surrounding it aren't getting as crowded as Boise itself is. Now, with the economic growth and as much as it's offering, it's allowing more opportunities, which is also why Boise has one of the lowest unemployment rates and some of the best paying jobs out there, because of the opportunities that it's offering all these people that are relocating this way. And 9 times out of 10, if you're not able to get a job, well, you're probably not looking hard enough. And a lot of people that love living here are also people that tend to work remotely, who enjoy everything from the comfort of their home, but still really love the area enough to want to hang out and work from here. So that's kind of what the economy looks like. And if you're someone that's like a local business owner, entrepreneur, things of that nature, let me tell you something, this is an amazing place to do it or start up or expand to, because there's just so much opportunity. People absolutely love new attractions, new things to eat, new things to do, new things to enjoy. Just in general, they just love doing things here in Boise, Idaho. Now, another pro with all the growth that is coming is going to be improved infrastructure. And one of those things to accommodate the growth, for example, in the improved infrastructure side of things, is State Highway 16, which is going to run directly through the central of the Treasure Valley, which is where Boise is located within, to help people also be able to access I-84, which is the interstate which runs directly through Boise, Meridian, Nampa, Mountain Home, all the areas. For those of you that don't know, I-84 is the most common interstate that typically people take, whether they're going from Boise to Nampa or anywhere between. It takes you from Boise all the way to Ontario, Oregon, and vice versa. But it's pretty much where most people travel, especially if they're driving through the state or just through the Treasure Valley area in general. It's also the quickest way, unless you're driving in the mornings where people are getting to work or when people are getting off to work from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Those are pretty much times you want to avoid driving on I-84, and that's just because that's when it's most congested. But this is why they are implementing new infrastructure to help support the growth of Boise. Now, with that being said, obviously there's better roads, which also is going to allow for better schools and more things of that nature to be improved as well. And to top it all off, enhanced public services. So as more people relocate, just more things are going to be able to be developed and just improved throughout the city in general and surrounding areas as well. So it's a plus. However, for some people, they just look at it as a negative. Now, finally, there's going to be one more pro I really want to throw in there, which is going to be the vibrant community that is going to grow and expand. One thing that Boise, Idaho does truly lack is just diversity in general. And with that being said, when we start seeing more and more people relocating, we're starting to see a lot more culture, a lot more events that are popping up and things of that nature that isn't common in the Boise, Idaho area. So for those people that may be like, oh, well, I don't know if Idaho or Boise is for me, or maybe may not find people similar to myself, whether it be interests or culture or things of that nature, you can rest assured that with all the growth that is coming, it's also expanding what it has to offer in every cultural aspect. Now, when I'm talking about culture, I'm talking about the food, I'm talking about the churches, I'm talking about the entertainment, I'm talking about everything that you can possibly wish to imagine that you'd like to enjoy is starting to arrive, and it's just starting to grow in all the best ways possible. In my personal opinion, some people may not agree with me, but with that being said, for me personally, I like to go get sushi, I like to go get Mexican food, I like to go get Middle Eastern cuisine. Like, I'm a big foodie. I like entertainment. I like all the stuff that everyone should like to go out and do, whether it's during the week, on the weekends, whenever it is, but it's all coming to Boise, which is a huge plus. Now, here's why Boise is still a great city beyond what's coming to Boise. You still have the natural beauty of Boise that it has to offer. It is called the city of trees for a reason. There's so much nature galore for those of you that love to sit here and just go for a hike, for a bike ride, for a nature walk, whatever it is that you like to do outside, you are more than capable of doing it. To add in all outdoor activities within the nature, from kayaking to whitewater rafting to floating the Boise River to snowboarding and skiing, as I stated earlier, to just hiking up to a very popular spot that I personally like to go to, which is Table Rock, where you can literally overlook the entire city of Boise. It's just absolutely magnificent as far as the views you can get from there. So many people like to take that hike and just enjoy the views from there. And then you can also add in fishing and hunting and all these different outdoor activities that isn't typical in flat areas or areas without water. Idaho actually has a ton of hot springs, and actually the most hot springs in all states across the country, and Boise is near many hot springs itself, so you can go enjoy that. You can enjoy camping. You can enjoy an endless list of things that I don't want to keep running off with, because I think you guys get an idea as far as how outdoor friendly Boise, Idaho is. Now, the Boise community quality of life is absolutely astonishing. It is second to none. It has extremely low crime rates. The level of community here is absolutely insane. From the Saturday farmers markets to the events that they throw throughout the year, whether it's 4th of July or Christmas or Thanksgiving week, all the things that you potentially look for in a city as far as community and just quality of life in general, Boise still offers it and is going to continue to offer it for years and years to come. So here's where I ultimately stand with the growth that's coming and why people are avoiding it. For those of you that may be not into the city life but want a small town just not too far from the city, I would recommend you reach out to me so we can kind of point you in the direction of some cities that aren't necessarily as big as Boise, as Boise's population has hit over the 200,000 mark now, so it is more populated. However, just next door you have Meridian, which is around 120,000. You have Eagle, which is under 40,000, and then you have a bunch of other areas which is a lot less populated than the Boise area. So for those of you that are like, we don't want to necessarily move somewhere as populated as Boise, but we want to live near Boise, then that may be a reason why you're avoiding it or why other people are starting to avoid it, so we can always have that conversation. Here's what I would like to hear. I would like to hear your guys' thoughts as far as how Boise is growing if you're not from here, or something that you're looking forward to enjoying that's coming to Boise, whether it's, you know, more in and out locations or some of the food, the culture, whatever it is. Post that in the comments. And also, I just want to reiterate one more time, I am a licensed real estate agent. So if Boise is for you, or even any of the surrounding areas, or maybe you need someone to go more in depth with you as far as what may be the best area for you, make sure you guys give me a call, shoot me a text, or shoot me an email. Once again, you'll see that all popping up on the screen, and I would absolutely be honored to help you guys with that, as we help so many of you guys from our YouTube channel relocate to the amazing state of Idaho. So with that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in. And if you didn't already, make sure you press the subscribe button. Make sure you press the bell at the top of the screen to get notified when we drop more videos just like this. And as always, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next one.